I just want to say that I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and the Olympics are coming.
Yes!
Sort of. It's a little controversial. Harriet Nahanee was on Eagle Ridge Bluffs to stop the Olympic Committee from blasting the last of the old-growth trees to dust. She had a warrior flag in one hand, in the other the proclamation of 1763, which explains that we all stand on native territory. The 71-year-old great-grandmother was polite as she told the police, "This is my land, and I'm not going to leave."
Word.
Then she sang and prayed until the officers dragged her away, and Harriet wouldn't say she was sorry, so they gave her 14 days in the hell of jail, even though they knew the elder was frail. Behind bars, she got pneumonia. 2 weeks later, she died, so that we could shave a few minutes off the drive to the next Olympic village as we plunder and pillage our way to a torch that's got more in common with the flame of Mordor than a celebration of sports. Seriously. The first wick was lit in Berlin by Hitler as an ad for white supremacy. Last summer, as swimmers' pecs dripped on our TV sets, Chinese activists were kept silent under house arrest. Beijing used the games as their excuse to tighten their grip on Tibet. Strangling lives in the 5-ring noose, and it's coming here next. The lynching has already begun with a price tag that has hit $6 billion so far. That's enough to pay for shelter for everyone that has none. Instead, what we get is a front row view of the Olympic parade of the homeless, and it's going to triple in size by the time we arrive at the national anthem. Since the Olympics were awarded to Vancouver, BC, over 850 units of low-income housing has come under the knife as they facelift the slums. Every city's got secrets behind its perfect face. Every bank is a stone that marks a mass grave. Every spirit just wants someone to hear what it has to say. And every heart beats 100,000 prayers a day. So with every pump of my pulse, I pray that we wake as we unroll the red carpet of another elder's blood. I'm not Noah, but I hear the voice of a flood. Because whether you hand out blankets infected with disease or stand on podiums accepting trophies, when you leave behind a trail of vacuums where champions used to be, when your footprints are clear cuts in landfills and casualties, you tell me, what are you trying to say? What are you asking for if not a mighty wave? Well, here we are, as strong as drops of rain, as unstoppable as the tide of change that will soften the cliff. We all come from the heart of the sea. And I promise the darkness will lift when we stand in solidarity with the family of Harriet. With the poor we sacrifice for sport, with the ancestors under our feet, with the parents that can't afford food for their kids to eat since cuts to welfare tore open the scars on the arms of the city as new laws target those most in need. Now, it's a crime for a mama with a cardboard sign to ask, "Please feed us." Now tyrants in uniform crack the whips of our silence on the backs of every black Jesus, so let them arrest us all for washing the sacred feet of every Magdalena walking this ancient street. Because we'll never be the beauty we've got to be till we stand up for all humanity. From the downtown east side to the lower ninth ward. From Baghdad to Kabul. From Gaza to Darfur. The Messiah flips over tables for the poor. Siddhartha walks out of the palace doors. Muhammad the prophet, he's an orphan. He rejects the decadence of Mecca and meditates in a cave until he wakes to the fact that God is one. God is one. Everyone. And every other one. So before they come, with more helicopters and armored tanks and riot cops with guns, invite the stranger into your home. Offer him your lungs. It's going to take us all for the gospel of light to be sung, and nothing can stop a sunrise made of everyone. Yeah!